Why, hello there, everyone. How are you tonight? This is Twisted Ass 454. Forgive me, I've been drinking a little bit tonight. But regardless of my current condition, I want to read to you a chapter out of Twisted Story Asylum called The Planned Parenthood House of Horrors. So, anyway, I must assure you that this chapter is extremely offensive, and I take no responsibility for any psychological trauma that you may incur during this reading. You gotta forgive me, I'm in a drunken state, a mildly drunken state, so I'm gonna do the best I can in the reading. It is a very funny chapter if you have the warped sense of humor for it. Okay, shall we read? Planned Parenthood House of Horrors. Planned Parenthood has been a subject of interest and debate for a number of years now. Like Acorn, some liberal government program. Look it up. In parentheses, Planned Parenthood is indeed very popular among the liberals and has a rather eclectic source of funds, much of which are your tax dollars. Years ago, there was a massive overbreeding, popping out too many babies, in parentheses, overbreeding problem in the ghettos of America, along with a slew of other broke-ass communities, due to the lack of education, among other things. Many people were popping babies out, then raising them in some treacherously haphazard manner, or sometimes just letting the kids roam free, given that the parents had their drug fix for the day. Now, here is a mathematical equation I came up with. Penis plus vagina minus education minus condom equals little shit plus, gee, now what? Failure and crime equal disaster times 3 million to the second power equals dysfunctional society plus repeat equals a serious problem plus racial integration equals nobody is safe, or Planned Parenthood equals keep it at bay. Or so some believe. The ghetto dysfunction formula. Though Planned Parenthood had been around since 1942 with that title, they did eventually offer on-the-house abortions, along with the older services such as STD prevention, birth control information and application, cervical cancer, and infatuation, among other things. In more recent years, they began to dive into some depraved and demented escapades. Now, let's look at some niggers here. You see, here's a nigger fucking another female nigger. Oh, yeah, baby, ooh. You know, the usual nonsense. And then we have a nigger bitch popping out babies, and she has all these kids that are following her. Like a litter of, like a bunch of ducklings or a litter of pigs. Niglets. And years later, the man shoots a woman in her neck, robbing her purse. And there's a police officer chasing him. You notice, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Much as I would relish illustrating white trash and Mexican birth accidents and whatnot. We have to get to the point, or the tour, depending on your perspective. Now, the Planned Parenthood House of Horrors. Brace yourself. Some eccentric couple decided to go to the House of Horrors Museum chapter of Planned Parenthood. And there is a couple and their tour guide. Now, here is a Christmas tree complete with dead fetus Christmas ornaments and a spread leg vagina Christmas tree stand. You gotta forgive me. I'm slurring my words a little bit and talking all fucked up because I am very intoxicated, so you have to forgive me. Now here you see a woman. Don't ask me why she has a heroin needle in her leg. I don't know. That's just something I like to depict in my comics. The abortion doctor is performing an abortion on this woman on the house, keep in mind. And he's playing with his cat. He's putting a dead fetus in front of his cat as if it were a cat toy. He's going, wow! Now here, you see a chef cooking fetuses as if they were cookies. And he goes, yummy, yummy, woo. I know, it's really messed up shit. And here is another abortion where the abortion doctor aborts a baby and then throws another to his dog as if it were a dog toy. Now here you see Sandra Flukes and Michael Moore eating fetuses as if they were chicken. He is eating it as if it were chicken wings, and she is eating it as if it were an actual 5-star meal. Now, here are some interesting pro-abortion Planned Parenthood tramp stamps. If you don't know what a tramp stamp is, look it up. There's the burning fetus tramp stamp, the fetus shish kebab tramp stamp, and the Planned Parenthood tramp stamp. Now, here is where things get really fucking interesting. Much as the media may like you to believe Planned Parenthood is some philanthropic outfit that helps the poor with contraception, parenting, counseling, and all the rest, they never do tell you what they do with all of these deceased babies, fetuses, do they? What you have seen is only a fraction of the horrors within the Planned Parenthood organization. You see, the atrocities go on and on, forever and ever. Well, actually, I don't have that written down, but I figured I'd say that. So anyway, shall we continue into the nefarious abyss of fetal exploitation and annihilation? Many of you may not realize that Planned Parenthood has a very immoral racket on the side. They sell fetuses on the black market. For what purpose would one have for a dead fetus, or a great many of them? Who knows? Anyway, here in the alleyway, you see a guy loading aborted fetuses into a box truck. Here's a shady deal going down, and a guy racking up the cash, going, "Oh, I'm racking up that cash, baby!" Woo-woo-woo. But you see, at the very end, you see a man in his bathtub playing with dead fetuses, dead taxidermied fetuses, as if they were action figures. You know how the little kids play with the little action figures when they're in the bathtub? Yeah, it's kind of like that. So anyway, that's the end of this story. I really hope you enjoyed. I understand it's a very controversial subject, but I don't really give a fuck, to tell you the truth. It's a lot funnier when you read it in person than when it's narrated by a person in a drunken state. I totally understand that. I think I've had enough for tonight. So anyway, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and tell your friends and this and that, and I will catch you on the flip side. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.